Most of the people were expecting GST rate revisions to be done in Union Budget 2021. However, did you know that rate revisions are carried out usually by the GST Council? Hi everyone, I'm Annapurna from Team ClearTax. Here's a comprehensive video on the GST amendments done to CGST and IGST Act as I decode them for you one by one. First of all, GST audit has been scrapped. Yes, you heard it right. In a surprising move, the GST audit requirement by specified professionals such as CAs and CMAs has been removed from the GST law. Sections 35 and 44 have been amended for the same. So henceforth, the GSTR 9 annual return is sufficient enough to be self-certified by the businesses and uploaded on GST portal, whereas GSTR 9C, that is the reconciliation statement, need not be submitted on the GST portal. The move is expected to affect largely the tax professionals across India. However, businesses might find this as a big relief. Next on the list of amendments is Section 16 of the CGST Act, where a new condition has been added for input tax credit claims. As per the new condition, a taxpayer can claim input tax credit on invoice or debit note only when such invoice or debit note is furnished by the respective suppliers in their respective GSTR 1 for that month, and this is communicated with the recipient. The objective of making this amendment was to bridge the gap between rules and the Act. With this amendment, taxpayers have to be more vigilant while claiming input tax credit as per GSTR 2A and 2B, failing which penalties could be levied. Next on the list of amendments is Section 7 of the CGST Act, where the definition of supply has been expanded to include one more activity. Activities or transactions leading to supply of goods or services by any person other than individual to its members or constituents for cash, deferred payment, or any other valuable consideration will be considered as supply. Now, this particular activity was earlier mentioned in Para 7 of the Schedule 2, where now it has been removed. Next, in an expected move, Section 50 of the CGST Act was amended for the levy of interest charge on net tax liability retrospectively from 1st July 2017, that is from the inception of GST. Seizure and confiscation of goods and conveyances in transit has been now separated out from the provision of recovery of taxes under Section 74 as a separate proceeding. Next on the list is the scope of what self-assessed tax means under Section 75 of the CGST Act. As per the new definition, self-assessed tax will now include outward supplies or sales as reported in GSTR 1 under Section 37, but the details of which might be missing in GSTR 3B under Section 39 of the CGST Act. Moving on, provisional attachment shall remain valid for a period starting from the initiation of the proceeding up to 1 year from the date of order made thereunder. Henceforth, the application for appeals under Section 107 of the CGST Act shall not be admissible unless the appellant deposits or pays 25% of the penalty amount. In a move that can act as a relief for taxpayers, Section 129 of the CGST Act has been delinked from Section 130 of the CGST Act. Through this, the proceedings for detention, seizure, and release of goods and conveyance in transit has been made separate from the levy of penalty for confiscation of goods and conveyance. Under Section 151 of the CGST Act, Jurisdictional Commissioner will now have additional powers to collect information from any persons regarding any matter that is to be dealt with under the CGST Act together with Section 168. Further, Section 152 of the CGST Act has been amended to provide opportunity of being heard for taxpayers and related persons before obtaining the information that was collected under Section 150 or 151 of the CGST Act. Talking of IGST Act, Section 16, which defines the zero-rated supplies, has been amended to include three important rules. First of all, supplies to SEZ units or developers will be considered as zero-rated supplies only if it is authorized operations. Secondly, only notified persons and notified goods or services can avail the benefit of zero-rated supplies under Section 16 of the IGST Act. Lastly, foreign exchange remittance will be linked with the export of goods in case of refund. Currently, the finance bill needs to be passed in both the houses of parliament, after which it will be signed by the President of India. Moreover, the date of applicability of these amendments is yet to be known. Do watch out this space by subscribing to ClearTax YouTube channel and hitting that bell icon so that you do not miss out on further developments regarding Union Budget 2021. If you found this video useful, please do like it and share it with your friends and family. Thank you.